All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Basham, Yahweh Shai, Basham, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles, as great millstone, and Southern was doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. And going out right into it, man. I'm sure brothers, of course, seen the death of that Edomite, Charlie, Kirk, whatever his name is. All right, and I'm sure a lot of us have seen clips or maybe even whole, segments of his what's the interviews that he have with the public, and he says some true stuff, of course, as Murph says, even the garbage can't get a steak. But clearly the guy was racist. You can the shit he say about blacks and all, that's crazy shit. All right, another Edomite accusing our brethren, as the scriptures say, accuser of the brethren. All right, Esau set a system up against niggas, and then he say, "Oh, well, niggas this, niggas that." All right, but nevertheless, he's been assassinated. But that shows the division among Esau, because right after that, so let's check
Be
this
in
clip.
order. So I get this. Please rise for a moment of prayer for Charlie Kirk and his family. Shh. Let's wait a minute. Wait a minute. The House will be in order. The House will be in order. The House will be in order. Thank you. Please rise for a moment of...
So we see that Esau's divided. Now, of course, this guy was a conservative. Charlie was a conservative. All right, he had some hot takes or whatever. But this shows that division is deep. All right, this man's death. No matter what, usually somebody dies, motherfuckers at least had that moment of silence. They went around whatever side they was on. All right, but here they say hell no, right? And then you got the comments, the silence for the Democrats. I don't blame them. All this stuff. It was a school shooting that day too. So this just shows how divided the Americans are, right? Now here's a clip. Now right here it says a male victim was stabbed to death by a Charlie Kirk supporter in Idaho. When I further looked into this, he didn't get stabbed. He got stumped out. He got his ass beat. But nevertheless, it just shows the division of Esau. This is Edom on Edom crime here, man. Edomites killed Charlie for whatever reason. There's different theories out there, whether it was the left just because they hated him or because he decided to start to speak against Israel and he had such a influence. Whatever the case may be, it shows the division. All right? It's only a matter of time. And there was a lot of shit happening that day too, man. I wish I would have screenshotted. It was a list of things that was happening all around at the same time. Damn. But yeah, it was a shooting. That's the only thing I can remember. That was probably the most major thing. Some shit. Some taxes. The tax with China went up supposedly. But nevertheless, this shows the division, right? And even though he wasn't stabbed, that's the point. That division. These devils are going at one another. Which honestly leads to the world war. This Revelation 6:4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given him a great sword. So this Esau, man, they were set up to have violence and have disagreement and violence amongst one another, man. And it's finna go from the low level to the top. All right. When we read 2 Esdras 15, it talks about these different just levels of violence, right? Let's see. Second Esdras 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. So this is all the levels of their destruction drawing nigh, man. All right? And that sword. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So violence, all right, and division. For there is to be sedition among men, all right, which, well, let's grab it. All right? Incitement, conduct, or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority or the authority of a state or a monarch. All right? Conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or a monarch. So, them rising up against their rulers, like we seeing being divided, okay, and invading one another is going to actually become physical. All right, we seeing that increase. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and of course, their actions stand in power. And that was a heavy thing for them to say, fuck that moment of silence. And these are people in government. So if it's that high, imagine what it's like with the citizens. All right? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to martial law. Hell, even just the violence out there, you ain't going to be caught up in it. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, that division. So you can be a Trump supporter, your neighbor's not. Now y'all going at it. Or you support Charlie, your neighbor don't. Now y'all going at it. All right, this is part of that. Then throw in the fact that goods are about to become scarce. Shall destroy their house with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Right? Behold, said the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me. So, all this division and violence and shit amongst the citizens is happening, and then it goes into what? This great world war, because this all leads to the same thing. With violence shall Babylon fall. So it's going to be violence everywhere, man. Behold, saith the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and like bandits to turn themselves one against another, and repay the things they have done to them. All right, so World War III. So Esau has his sword to fight one against another. And it's not just the nations. We see, oh, that was the other one. That was the other thing. Russia and Poland. All right? Wars, rumors of wars. This is the end. So you got the citizens going at it, and you got Edomite nations going at it. Russia, Ukraine, Poland. I believe I would have to double check into it, but they told Gaza to evacuate or something like that. Like, of course, they've been saying this shit, but it seems like it's getting hotter even in that region, man. All right. This shit is which of course, you know, Gaza is not necessarily Edomites, but the point is, the Edomites of Israel are getting more into violence because they got to go down, man. Edom has to go down, and we're seeing it. They taking each other down. Even the other nations are hating them. It's just all eyes on Edom, man. They hate each other, and everybody else hate them too. All right? This is beautiful to watch, man. This is, of course, Isaiah 19 and 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, so Americans versus Americans. Oh, no. All right. And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor. In Revelation 11:8. All right, let you know this is spiritual Egypt. All right, during 26th, the place we were taken to on slave ships is spiritual Egypt. Okay? And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. So we're going to have this division amongst the regular citizens, you know, the civilians, and then you're gonna have, of course, these wars, man, amongst different nations, and ultimately, it's gonna lead to World War III, man. Thus, with violence shall Babylon fall. That great sword is being wielded, and it has to get put to use one last time on the big stage, man. That third woe. In fact, let's end on this. It's Revelation 18, and let's get straight to it. I probably overlooked it. Do it this way. I was further down. Did not overlook it. It's Revelation 18 and 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. All right, so violence will continue to increase. All right, shootings, all this shit, man. To the point where it's gonna be neighbor versus neighbor, man. Edom crime is gonna be outrageous. The shit they've been accusing us of is gonna be shown that they the real murderers, man. All right. So, Yahweh Bashim Shah Bashim Rakakarash. Double honor to the apostle, Great Millstone, and such a person doing this thing in sincerity and truth, and with charity, Shalom, Baba Ball.